Hello, I'm Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. This one's for the full moon. I found out once I'd done it because it's all about healing in relationships. It's a full Celtic cross spread for your love life, but it's especially about healing and about things that you need to let go of around this full moon that's coming up, or any full moon that's coming up. It's a timeless reading. Whenever you get into it, it's good. Just know that there is that focus on full moon healing, letting go, that kind of stuff here. Okay, and so I've made 3 readings here. Each one of them has got a deeper dive, which is an extended reading that goes with it. In that deeper dive, I reveal the outcome cards. I'll get cards out from these decks that I've got back here as well, and message cards from your person too, from these decks, and also a timing card for when these things are going to play out. And so if you're interested in that, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. And that's where you can also find your timestamps to fast forward to your readings. So which one do you want? Do you want the crystal? And that's out with the fun and delight cards. Or do you want the flower, which is out with the receiving card and true love? Or would you like the shell, which is out with the luck card and the balance card? Take your pick now. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as you're watching as well. It really helps my channel out when you do that. Click on that subscribe button with that notification bell to hear more from me. I do 3 of these love pick a card reads a week. Let me know what you want them to be about, the next ones as well. And enjoy your reading. I will see you in there. So if you chose the crystal along with the Dark Mansion Tarot, then this one's for you. Let's do your full Celtic cross spread. Find out what's going on in your love life, crystals. Now, as usual, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that it is your story, it could be a story, you might want to get that. Because in that, I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic cross spread. I'll also be getting cards out from all of these romantic decks and love decks out back here, as well as these message from your people, from your person cards out here as well. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's find out, what is your reading all about? Well, it's about the Ace of Cups. I saw that this was the card that came out. The Ace of Cups is about new love. This is about your heart being fulfilled. It's about you being truly happy, like your heart's so full, you're full of joy, you're feeling so loved, and your heart's overflowing. About time, huh, crystals? That's what it's about. It's about this new love, beginning of a journey of a relationship is what it feels like to me. So what is hindering you in this? What's crossing you in this energy? What's crossing crystals in this energy for this new love? You got the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Two of Swords. Okay. First of all, the King of Pentacles. I feel like this is your person. Kings to me as a reader are about other people. There's other people in this story. And so with the King of Pentacles, it could be that your person isn't so stable in their finances at the moment. It could be money that's holding them back, or a need to sort finances out with someone else first before they can come toward you. So there's an instability, and that's holding them back. Queen of Swords. What's holding you back is that you have been learning boundaries, and you've been learning how to stand up for yourself, and you've been saying no more than you've been saying yes. And that could be just a phase that you've been going through. If you've been learning about your Queen of Swords, how to empower yourself, how to stand up for yourself, how to, how to say no, how to prioritize your time, your needs, what it is that you want. If you've been doing all of that, then this energy about you is kind of holding things up at the moment. So you're a bit of a no energy at the moment, a bit more of a no energy than you are of a yes person at the moment. And Two of Swords, 2 people here, not sure of whether to make that decision, if now's the right time to make the decision. So I think you both are work in progress here. We're talking about this new love. You're both going to be very happy together, but they want to be more stable financially before they come in. You want to be more open, so it's about softening up those edges with you and realizing, yes, you've empowered yourself now. You don't need to hold those boundaries so strongly anymore, or be ready with your boundaries, be ready with that sword kind of thing. Yeah, you could be scaring your person a little bit. Let's put it that way. And so neither of you are at a position at the moment, says this Two of Swords, to move forward and to make this decision just now. Well, let's see if that's going to change. How do things appear on the face of it then? I'm getting there, these two crystals and the person. The Four of Swords, you're both healing, right? You're both doing the things that are necessary. Feels to me like the masculine in this situation is, well, whoever is that King of Pentacles character is healing themselves where it comes to empowering themselves, taking charge of their lives. So they might have been controlled, they might have been around toxic people, and they've kind of been letting that go, and they're having to heal themselves now and like put themselves first and like start standing up for themselves to get that stability. I think the Divine Feminine, or whoever is that Queen of Swords energy, is healing themselves, or has been in this long process of healing themselves, realizing that they weren't empowered, realizing that they need to stand up for themselves, have more boundaries, say no more, and has been doing that. And as I said, needs to soften up a little bit now. And so healing, we realize what we're doing wrong, like what is not serving us, and then we tend to go in the opposite direction. So, having a lot of boundaries, saying no, hermiting away, saying no to everyone and everything, until we find that balance. You're finding that balance again, of the balance of being open and having boundaries too. Yeah. So you're both healing yourselves at the moment. Good job. I mean, yeah, that is the portent of a good relationship if you're both on those individual paths of healing yourself. And how is it really? Oh, underneath that. How interesting. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So this is, and the King of Swords. Oh my God, can you believe that? So what's holding you back is the Queen of Swords and the King of Pentacles. And what's really behind the healing is the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, right? So you, or the Divine Feminine, in the Queen of Pentacles, so being the stable one. Right, this is quite complicated, so let me see if I can explain this. And the masculine being the King of Swords, the one with the boundaries and the clarity and all of that, right? Okay, so this is the switch, right? What's holding you back is what I just said before, but there was really behind that, it's switched underneath. So you're healing. The Divine Masculine is learning empowerment to stand up for himself to get that stability right, which is when he comes through as the King of Swords. So his healing journey takes him to the King of Swords, the one with boundaries, right? So he's learning those boundaries at the moment. Divine Feminine is a little bit ahead of him at the moment because she already had her stability, right? Then, no, she already learned the boundaries, and then is having to soften and open up here, and then be the Queen of Pentacles, get more stability, take the stability that she's already got with those boundaries that she's got and take it into relationship, right? So the healing journeys that you're on at the moment is kind of vice versa, but it's not. It's kind of the same. It's kind of vice versa, but it's kind of the same too. You both I've got stability and boundaries and the balance of that, and you both could be like on a seesaw with this at the moment, one person going more boundaries, the other person being more open, that kind of thing. I think we could be talking about twin flames here, you guys, with doing that. So you're both kind of healing the same things at the moment and are kind of trying to get this balance right of this stability and boundaries. So what is the recent past energy? Recent past energy for crystals. Excuse me, for crystals. Recent past energy for crystals. What's been going on in the recent past for crystals? Eight of Swords. Someone's been trapped. Someone's felt trapped. They haven't seen a way out. Didn't know how to get out of it. I'm presuming that this is the Divine Masculine, the one that is in that needing the stability, but perhaps financial stability, that kind of thing. The King of Pentacles character in this story felt trapped, feeling trapped in that, they can't move forward. They're trapped in a situation. So it could be about someone trapping them financially, like in a job, or it could be an ex-partner or something like that. It's something that they can't get out of. They can't see a way out. They couldn't see a way out. That's what this is all about. She's got a blindfold on there. When her hair's blowing in front of her face so that she can't see. She's got swords around her dress there, but she could like kick him over and walk forward, and she could flip her hair around, right, so the wind isn't blowing it in her eyes. There is a way out of this situation, but someone's not seen a way out of it. Just feeling like they're trapped. An Ace of Swords energy. So there's a truth to be revealed. It feels to me like someone has felt trapped, but they're trapped because they weren't revealing the truth. That Ace of Swords came upside down on the table there, and so they weren't revealing that truth. They weren't speaking out on that truth. They weren't. That is how they get out of that trap. They just need to speak out, but they've not been doing that. And what's coming in the near future? Near future energies for crystals. Are they going to speak up? Phones are dinging. Are they going to speak up? Nine of Swords. Oh, this is anxiety, overthinking. Two of Pentacles, weighing up options. This someone's quite, courage. That's what I was getting. Strength and courage. Someone is nervous and anxious about and weighing up their options, about speaking out, about being courageous, about making a move. I think that's the Divine Masculine. Is getting quite nervous about it, about making that move. So they're building up their courage to make that move. Is what's coming in the near future energy. Are they going to do it? What is this reading also about? So it's about the Ace of Cups. You guys belong together. You make each other so happy, but you're both on these healing journeys at the moment to being able to be with each other. What is this reading also about? You're going to be so happy once you've done this. But happy relationships require two whole people coming together, and we're not whole people when we're not healed yet, right? So what is this also about? It's about the Six of Pentacles. Reciprocation. Okay. I think this is the Divine Masculine. I think it's about reciprocation, right? And it feels to me like you've got a Divine Masculine here that wants to go toward a Divine Feminine, but doesn't feel like they can do that. Traditional male roles have been to be the provider, be that stable one, and it feels like the Divine Feminine is in that stable position at the moment, and that's why they really want to get to that King of Pentacles kind of an energy. What they've really got behind it is the King of Swords energy, and so what they really need to do is have boundaries and speak up and empower themselves, right? But they're not seeing that. They're kind of going for the financial stability to be the provider, and they're not realizing that the healing path is behind that. The healing path and empowering themselves is what is going to set them free. And that is what is going to allow them to be reciprocal. In other words, once they do speak out, once they stand up for themselves and have boundaries, that is when that financial situation is going to be sorted out. But it's not going to be sorted out until they do that. And no one else can do it for them. It's got to be them that does it. So I feel like they could be dealing with someone that's toxic here, that's in control of the finances, or using that to manipulate them, or someone's just taking advantage of them because they're easily taken advantage of because they won't stand up for themselves and speak out. It's like, yeah. What are your fears? What are Crystal's fears in this situation? Crystal's fears? What are Crystal's fears in this situation? Crystal's fears. Crystal's fears. 3 fears. Page of Wands. Thinking that this is just a fling, this is just someone coming toward you in passion, and it's not going to last a long time. 6 of Wands. You're actually fearing the positive outcome to this. So what if it does work out? What if you lock this in? What if you make this, if you commit to this, what if it does work out? Is this truly what you want? So there's a bit of fear around that, around the choice of this and it being a success. I think some of you guys, you'll want to, before you get into this, you'll want to make sure that it's the right relationship for you. But relationships aren't like that. We need to experience them, right? You can't decide that beforehand. If it's going to work or not, we have to actually experience it and see if it works or not. We can try our best in it, but we don't know the outcome. And the Nine of Wands. This is the am I ready? Worried about am I ready? Am I healed enough? Am I ready to do this? That's your fears. What are your hopes? Your hopes? For your wish fulfillment, 9 cups. So this, for your dreams to come true, for your wish fulfillment. For this to make your heart happy, of course. Hopes? Any more hopes for crystals? So I think you're pretty sure that this person is your wish fulfillment. The Ace of Cups is a very good sign. And the King of Cups. You want them to tell you that they love you. You want communication from them. You're hoping that they communicate, that they do love you. I think you're pretty sure that they love you anyway, but that they will communicate that love is what I'm getting from that. So let's get the outcome cards out. As I said, I'm going to be revealing these outcome cards in the deeper dive. It's going to be a progression. I'm going to get quite a few out. So there's your number 1 card. So that it tells a story moving forward, you know. I'll also be getting timing cards out for the progression of this as well, forward for you. When they might make a move and all of that kind of stuff. When are they going to empower themselves? And as I said, I'll be getting cards out from the other decks too. So there's 2. From the messages card and from these romance decks to give you more information about all of this. There's 3. Oh dear. 4. And then 1 final. There we go. Oh no, 2 final. Okay. You got 6 outcome cards there. Let's see, I think it's that. It's that and then that. Okay, 6 outcome cards here, telling quite the story. If you're interested in finding out what these cards are and all the rest of it, you might want to get that deeper dive. For more extension of this, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you're not going to receive the email. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower and the shell. Click on that crystal on a device that can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will do. So there you go. If this is where you're leaving me, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video and good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the flower along with the Starchild tarot deck, then this one's for you. Let's do a full Celtic cross love spread for you. Find out what's going on in your love life. Now, as usual, flowers, is going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. So if you find that this is your story or could be a story, you might want to get that, because I'll extend the reading. I will be revealing the outcome cards from this Celtic cross spread. I'll also be getting cards out from these love decks that are on these shelves back here to give you further clarity on all of this, along with message from your people, message from your person cards here from the Love Oracle. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up here. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So what's this reading all about for you guys? It's about the Queen of Crystals. It's about you in a kind of a stable, financial, independent, skilled independent perhaps. That was the name of the visa that I went to Australia, moved to Australia with. Queen of Pentacles. It's like you as the provider energy. It's you in what you might have deemed your masculine side, being the provider and all of that. That's what this reading is about for some reason. That might be speaking to you. What is hindering you in this? You guys, you might have had relationships in the past where you were the provider. Perhaps you were the stable one. You were earning the money. You were, taking responsibility of everything. And perhaps you were kind of the mama to not only children, but perhaps to an adult masculine as well. And you don't want to get into that kind of a situation again. What's crossing flowers? in this situation? Six of Cups, the past. Yeah, the past. So there's something that you've been through in the past, just as I was saying there, where this is the reminiscing card, it's the card of the past. You don't want to get into that situation again, and you might be kind of analyzing and like, well, what did I do then? What was I prepared to do? How did I go wrong? How did I let that happen? You might be worried to get into a relationship because you're thinking, what if I do it again? What if someone comes into my life and I'm just looking after them again? I don't want that. So it could be holding you back from relationship here, that trepidation for the similar kind of thing to happen. You might be a very loving and giving person. You want to be nurturing like that, but you want someone, you want that from someone else too, right? You don't want them to be like a child and it just be a one-way thing again, because you've experienced that in the past, obviously. How do things look on the face of it? 4 flowers. Well, is that what you're getting into? Or are you getting yourself into a relationship with someone that's very stable here too? Well, let's see. How does it look like on the face of it? 10 of Swords, like you've had a lot of painful endings in the past. Because eventually you had to give up on them, didn't you? You realised, perhaps after a lot of resentment, you realise, like, I can't keep on doing this. This isn't a partnership. This is like imbalance, and you might have addressed that with these relationships. Perhaps it's one particular relationship that you had. It could be more than one, but it feels to me like you addressed it, and they might have just like argued with you that you should be doing that or something. I don't know. Kind of reminds me of the energy. I had a housemate years ago, a housemate guy, young guy he was, and he got behind in his rent, and he wouldn't do anything around the house. Wouldn't do his washing up, just wouldn't do anything. And I asked him, and he would like put some water in the sink and for the washing up, and then just put all the dishes in it and still not do it. And I just had to be at him all the time, and it was just a pain, It's just like having a teenager again of my own, and I'm not his mum, he's a housemate, right? Anyway, he got behind on the rent, and I had to like get him out of there, but he still owed me the rent, and so I was trying to get that back. I had a call from his lawyer, because I proceeded through the court system to recover that money, right, once he was out. And I had a call from his lawyer saying, he said that he paid up front or something like that, and I explained the situation. I said, no, he didn't. He said, like, when he moved in, he paid late for the first week. I let him do that, but I wasn't letting him stay here for free. And now he's behind on the rent. And I put it all out, and I said, and anyway, like, I was glad to see him gone because he wouldn't do anything. He was expecting me to take care of him, be his mum, and that he could stay here for free. I'm not his mum, and the lawyer was apologizing to me, saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that." He believed me, like, over his client there. And said, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was the case. I'm like, yeah, he definitely owes me this money. So, but it's that kind of a situation, It's someone that felt like it was your responsibility to look after them, and you were doing way too much in it. And it feels to me like you had to end it, and that was painful for you. Page of Crystals was behind that. Interesting. So they were offering very little. Page of Crystals, like reluctant offer of very little. They were breadcrumbing you, this person. So you're afraid of that. You're afraid of something ending in the same way. I guess you guys at the moment are waiting for a very big offer to come in. And it's especially around the crystals, around the pentacles, Someone's got to offer you something. It's about your stuff. It's about your time. It's about your stuff. And about your money and all of that. You're not willing again to do that, are you? And so someone needs to come in with a big offer and actually be offering something tangible. You will be very aware, like if you go on a date with someone, that it's either got to be they need to offer to pay, or at least go halves. If someone like sits back and lets you pay, that's going to be a huge like warning bell for you, kind of thing. So you're going to be hyper vigilant for these signs, and you've been breadcrumbed in the past. And I think that's what you're realizing, is that people were coming at you with the small offer kind of thing, and you were just like going for it because you're very generous. You were going for it, and then it's like, hang on, they're not giving back here. And I think you might be really hypervigilant of not getting yourself into that again. So you're very aware of breadcrumbs when people just offer hardly anything at all, and you're like, damn it, no, I deserve a big offer here because I've got so much to offer. The Queen of Crystals, you've got so much to offer in relationships here. And you're probably realizing just how much you have to offer and just how much you deserve, right? Imagine being in a relationship with someone who has as much to offer as you. That's what you deserve. What's the recent past energy? Flowers, recent past. You got a lot of stuff going on in the past there. Ace of Crystals. So you've been putting the work in. You've been reaping the rewards. Ka-ching. You've been making your money. You've been paying your bills. You've been doing great. Queen of Swords. You've been like out. Off you go. Boundaries. Close down. So you've been having those boundaries. You got lovers here as well. There's also you making a choice that you actually want to have a lover as well. So very strong in these energies. It's like, but I want love too, and I want love too. So in the recent past, you've realized, well, this is all very good, and I'm feeling better about myself, and I'm very stable, and I'm like, earning my money and all of that, and I'm keeping away all of the, the players, the ones that are offering very little and all of that. But I actually do want a lover. I want someone to come in. I want to have a relationship. So you're choosing that now. I don't feel like a lover came in the past, but you're choosing it. What's in the near future? Near future energies for flowers. Near future for flowers. What's coming in? The awakening. Waking up to something. Now, this could be about a pattern that you've got. Now, this could be waking up to perhaps you needing to open up a little bit, release that Queen of Swords energy a little bit. I wouldn't reduce your boundaries kind of thing, but there's something about that hypervigilance. I was picking it up really strongly. And we get what we're looking for, Scientists have found that out now, is that when we are observing something, we change what, the outcomes of experiments just by the observation of it. And when we're holding a particular energy, especially if we're hypervigilant, we'll see more of that thing, or we'll imagine that we see it. And so it's tricky. I feel, the awakening card, it's a rebirth kind of thing. So you've got a change, a switch in circumstances, but it feels to me like it's coming from within you. You're realizing that you need to change something up. There's an aha coming in the near future energies. So this reading is all about you and your stability, the Queen of Crystals. What else is it about? It's about the Six of Crystals. Yeah. Interesting. Crystals got the same card out in the same position. Their reading was also about, but it was slightly different. Six of Crystals is about reciprocation. It's like you want someone that's at your level, especially around the material stuff. It's like you've realized that. I watched a movie last night, and a Hallmark movie, and in it, she was probably about 35, the character, something like that. She had a good job. I think she had her own business, in fact, doing websites or something. She was fine out. She had her own place. She was doing really well for herself, right? And she was dating, trying to meet someone. She was choosing them that kind of, professional kind of people, but they all had kind of weird, character foibles and all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, she had a horse that she would go and ride pretty much every day. And there was this, stable hand there. And even though she was attracted to him, she didn't think it was an option, right? Because it's a stable hand, completely different socio-economic thing. And she realized, I've got to choose someone that's compatible kind of thing. Anyway, he wanted to pursue a relationship with her, letting her think that he was the stable hand, and he wasn't. He owned the ranch, right? So testing someone here, it caused problems, because he wasn't who she thought he was. And if he just tried, instead of testing her, his triggers would have been gold diggers, perhaps wanting, people, it's like a similar situation, people that weren't at his socioeconomic status, wanting to get in relationship with him when they weren't right. And so he's kind of pretending that he's down there, but she's up there. And it was just a mess because of it, right? It's important that we choose compatible people with us, and that's important to you. The Six of Crystals, that someone is at a level, and that could be the aha that you're getting, is that it was a painful ending because perhaps you were falling in love with the potential of someone. They were offering scraps, but you were thinking, but they're a great person, seeing them with rose-tinted glasses, perhaps, but falling in love with the potential of them instead of seeing someone as they are. It's like, are they already a success? Are they already looking after themselves, Because you won't get yourself into this kind of a situation where you're looking after someone like a mum if they've already proved themselves, right? That they're already looking after themselves and all of that, right? So it's very much about reciprocation. This is about, you need to start choosing, not be afraid and hyper vigilant that they're going to offer you scraps, but just be choosing someone that is of a certain socio-economic or self-care in particular as well, someone that takes care of themselves, because they could have a lot of money but still not do the washing up, right? So someone that you need to have that evidence that they already do those things for themselves, and then get to know them and see if they want to do those things for you too. You can't know beforehand if someone's going to be that. You're going to have to get into a relationship and see if they are. What are your fears? Well, I think your fears have been quite evident already in this reading. Flowers. And this is just, I'm putting this video out just before the full moon in Taurus. And we've got to be looking at what we need to let go of. So this might not be like a massive reading of what's going on in the bigger picture, kind of the long picture, but it could just be around this full moon, or around when you're watching it, of what you need to deal with, because this just could be coming up, running in the background, just a little element of what you've got going on at the moment. But this needs to be addressed. What are your fears? Addressed by looking back in the past, seeing what you did wrong, how you chose wrong in that person, or what you let lie when you shouldn't have done, what you ignored, or how you went for the potential, which is what you ignored, instead of who they are, which is what you ignored. And so a wiser kind of approach. What are Crystal's fears? We don't need any cards for this. I'm going to get two. I'm not convinced that it's this one, but it's definitely this one. The Empress. You're afraid that you've outpitched yourself, that you are too single, too independent, too successful, just too much Empress, you are intimidating perhaps, or that you've placed yourself out of everybody's league kind of thing. Page of Cups. You're afraid that you're going to fall for a little bit of love, a breadcrumb of love. If someone comes at you with the heart wide open, now we're not talking about pentacles, you want love, the Lovers. You've got all this material stuff, all of this material kind of angst going on here. You're afraid that you're going to fall for a bit of love that's offered, like perhaps that's what you did in the past. Perhaps that's what you did. Perhaps you were on a love deficit, and even though they were offering very little materially, it was enough that they were loving you, and you thought, yeah, you might perhaps make an excuses like, yeah, but they're emotionally there for me, as if that's enough. You're emotionally there for them, and you take responsibility of stuff, and you take care of them, and you take care of yourself, and you earn the money and all of that. It's not enough just to be emotionally there for someone. You need to be doing it all, like you're doing it all. So you've got a bit of a fear there that you're going to be susceptible to a little bit of love being offered again. What are your hopes? Two of Swords. Kind of that you will know, that you will know what to do, that you'll know the right choice to make, that you will have clarity on that. I think that's in your fears. You're afraid that you won't know, that you're not going to be able to pick it, that you're not going to be able to see it, that you're going to be susceptible to what you were in the past. Well, do some more work on it then. Get really clear on it. What are your hopes? What's going on here? Okay. Those are all the cards that came out. You're hoping for a tower. You're hoping for a complete change, for the patterns that you've been in to completely be disrupted. You're hoping to be like fast forward on something toward victory. You're hoping for commitment. That's what you want. You want a commitment. And the Nine of Crystals, it's a single independent energy. So you want to keep that up. That what you've built up for yourself, you want to keep up. But you want things to change. You want to keep what you've built for yourself and add a relationship to it. Add a committed relationship to it that's going to be successful. Yeah. It's not too much to ask. It's not too much to ask. I mean, you're not going to be able to keep the single part of it, but the independence, yes. I think a good relationship will be two independent people, still independent, still being yourself, still being on your own paths. And it's not too much to ask what you might be, which I think what you probably are is a front runner in that. I don't think there's that many people that have been traumatized and needed to heal that have had really good relationships. I think there's very few people that have had very good relationships on this planet. I think the ones that have had very little trauma in their life. I think people like you and me that have had a lot of healing to do, which is why you're watching this, are the front runners to have healthy relationships post-trauma. I don't think that's been done yet. And so I don't think you're asking too much, but I think it's going to take a lot of inner work for us all to do to navigate this, because we'll be coming together with the people that are also doing that work too. So let's get your outcome cards out. I'll be revealing these outcome cards in a deeper dive, so in that extended reading. I'm going to get a few out, so it's a progression for your outcome. So tell us what the outcome is here for flowers. Flowers outcome. What's that outcome? 1. Card number 1. Oh. Outcome for flowers. I keep on wanting to call you crystals. You know why? It's because you've got pentacles all over this reading. Ooh! And nice. And then, oh, I love this. One more. Wow. Okay. You have 5 outcome cards there, and I absolutely love that for you. Well, it's got a bit of a dodgy start, but we'll read into that. And so if you want to know what these outcome cards are, if you want me to get more out of these, including messages from your people, from your person as well, cards out, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you're not going to receive the email. Now, the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that flower on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will do. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there, leave a comment, and click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell as well. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive for even more, and let's get you some advice on all of this as well, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the shell along with the Tarot of Mystical Moments, then this one's for you. Let's do a full Celtic Cross love spread for you guys. Now, as usual, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story or could be a story, you might want to get that. In that, I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic Cross spread. I'll also be pulling out a timing card as well for you. I'll be getting cards out from all of these love decks on these back shelves here for more about the story. I'll also be getting cards out from these 2 decks, which will give you love messages from your person as well. So if you're into all of that, then toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's find out what this reading is all about for you guys and how it pops. It's about healing. Okay. 4 of Swords. You know what we've got? When I'm publishing this, we've got a full moon in Taurus happening the next day. And I've done the crystals and the flowers already, and it is about healing. And it's about this full moon, it is. And so maybe I should call it that. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll call it the full moon reading this time. So Full moon Celtic cross spread. Four of Swords. All about healing. It's about your healing. So there's some healing aspect of your love life at the moment. What's crossing you? What's hindering you then? What is this stuff that's being healed? What's holding you back? Ace of Wands. Something about a passionate new start. Now, Wands are about action. Wands are about like wanting to dive on in there and start something off with passion. It's like jumping on in there sort of thing. And so this is what's holding you back, right? So you might want to be rushing something. You might want to be just going into it with all passion. It's like my heart's in it, so let's just do this kind of thing. Not thinking about it, you know? So I think you've got something to heal. I think you've got something to heal before you can get into this relationship that you want to get into. And so if you find that things have been delayed, if you keep on getting delayed, then it's because there's some healing to do first. So there is something for you to let go of, which is why I'm thinking it's like this healing stuff. It's all about letting go of something for this full moon. Or any full moon that you're watching this around, by the way, because this is timeless, but it's a full moon, kind of a letting go energy. How do things appear on the face of it? How do things appear on the face of it for shows? Queen of Swords. It appears that you're blocking things out. It appears that you're pushing someone away with a Queen of Swords energy. The Queen of Swords has boundaries, right? And it appears on the face of it like you're pushing someone away. Now, you could be doing this in various ways, and it could be really frustrating you that you're doing that. You want someone to come in, but every time you see them, you don't talk to them, or like you can't smile at them, or you goof up somehow and you kick yourself afterwards. Like, why didn't I don't do that in my dreams? I don't do that in my imagination. I get near them, and then I pull myself back. Like, what is wrong with me? Well, it's not that actual thing that's wrong with you. Don't be focused on that. It's something else that's behind that. So deep inside, your internal, your mind, your subconscious is saying, I'm not ready for this. Like there's a fear or something. Well, we'll get into it. So that's how it appears on the face of it, is that you're pushing them away or you're not going for it. You've got some kind of a boundary to them, and I'm getting that it's frustrating you. What's behind this? Nine of Pentacles. Single, independent. Okay. It's got something to do with that. Okay. So your single independentness. Are you ready to give up your singledom? You're probably saying, yes, I want a relationship. Well, what is it about your independence that you're really attached to? Ask yourself that. What is it about your independence that you're really attached to? What benefit are you getting from your independence that your internal mind, your subconscious mind, might not want to give up in order to be in a relationship? That's what you need to ask yourself. That's the key behind this. So, get yourself into a situation, right, with your person, and you're not moving toward them, or you're not opening up, is because your subconscious mind is saying, this goes against what you know and what you believe, that you've got too much to lose. You've got too much to lose here. Ask yourself what it is that you've got to lose. Now, it could be that you are making... it could be that you've got an attachment, some kind of an attachment, emotional attachment to being single and independent. It could be that. It could also be something that you are noticing about them and their energy. And so their energy, they may not be coming forward with the, I've got plenty to give. And so you might be feeling that imbalance, and that's why you pull back. You know, whenever we do that, and we can tell ourselves we're procrastinating, and we can tell ourselves that we need to open up or something, or that we've got too strong of boundaries, but it's not that. I'm telling you, it's not that. The subconscious mind has always got a good reason to pull us back from things when we don't do that, when we don't say what we want to say, and when we don't smile, and we're not friendly when we want to be friendly. It's for a good reason, and we've got to find out what that reason is, because that reason is very rarely valid. But I'm just getting, for some of you here, it might be that your person isn't ready, and you're picking up on their energy that they're not ready, In other words, that they don't have that much to offer. And so you're picking up quite rightly that they would be detracting from your life. If you're in this Nine of Pentacles energy, single, independent, you're very stable and all of that, and you've got your own wins, you're paying your bills, you've got your house, you've got your car, and you're sorted. You're sorted. And someone comes into your life that's going to shake that because they haven't got that same level of stability. You're going to feel that. You're going to feel that energy, and your subconscious is going to pull you back from that person, especially if this is what you've been working on. If you've been working on your independence while you've been single, you're going to feel that. So it could be a bit of both. It could be 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. It could be both that you are attached to that in some kind of a way, and you need to ease up on that, and also that they are not ready yet with plenty to offer you. Because it's true, some people detract from our lives. They do. Some people can come into a relationship with us. In fact, a lot of people can, and the majority of them can, in my experience anyway, and take and detract from your life, And you got to be honest about that. Recent past energy, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. Someone's moving very slowly. Someone that loves you, yes, but they're moving very slowly. You're slow to let them in as well. Both being careful about this, huh? I think you've both done a lot of inner work on yourselves, and you're both being careful about this. Perhaps both loving each other, respecting each other enough to give each other some space in this and give each other some time in it. Both very clear that you want it all this time, and both very clear that you are not to approach this person unless you're truly ready. I feel that's what your person is doing here, is that they know. Perhaps they know that they're not ready, and you're trying to rush into it. Yes, Ace of Wands, you're trying to rush into it and make it happen and take action on that. And each time you try and do it, you're like, damn it, I didn't speak out again. Why am I doing this? And you're putting it on yourself, and it's not. The person isn't ready yet. They don't have as much to offer as you. It's not to say that they won't do. Your person's probably just sorting themselves out. So what's coming in the near future? Your person's been going through a lot of transformation, a lot of healing, or maybe sorting their lives out. Perhaps they've left something big behind. They need some time. They need some time before they can get themselves in that stable position to come in. And, excuse me, I'll just let the cat in. Okay, I'm back. Let me tell you something. If your person is going through a lot of change, turmoil, or whatever at the moment, have you ever played a game? It's a really fun game. I was thinking about it the other day. I was thinking about playing it with my friends at the gym. You get a long handle something, a long handle broom or something like that. You put your hand on the top of it, and you need plenty of space for this. It's an action kind of a game. You put your hand on top of it and you put your forehead on the broom, and then you run around in circles as everyone's counting to 10. So you go around this broom with your hand like that, and then you've got to go forward like and kick a can or something like that, or kick the punch bag or whatever it is. You've got to run forward, right, just a few meters. But the thing is, it makes you really dizzy when you do it. And so everyone that tries to do it is hilarious, because everyone just like veers off and falls over when they try and do it. And everyone's sure like they can do it, that they'll be able to keep it together, but you just can't. And I feel like that's that's your person. Excuse me. Okay, I'm back again. So yeah, play it. It's so much fun. But that's what I'm getting your person's in at the moment. They're going through a lot of change, and they're dizzy. And what you're asking for them to do by you trying to instigate this and take action on it, the Ace of Wands, and rush into it based on the passion. If you're trying to ignite the passion by, flirting with them or something like that, then you're trying to make them run forward when they're dizzy, because they're just gone through a lot, right? And you don't want them to do that, because they're going to fall over. You don't want to wreck this relationship. So yeah, just be careful of this. Now, near future energies, I was going to say recent future. Near future energies is Death card. Something is going to end. If you're waiting for your person to end something, something is going to end. There is going to be a rebirth there. There is going to be change in this. But I would get focused on you right now instead of trying to move this forward. I would get focused on what it is that you need to let go of here in order to be ready, and let them get ready in their own way, in their own time as well. Don't try and push this forward. So this reading is about healing. What else is it about? I think this card and this card's coming out, and maybe this one too. It's about the Emperor. So it's about the Divine Masculine. about them stepping forward into that power, stepping forward and getting their shit together, really. No one wants to get into a relationship when they are feeling dizzy like that. If you're not feeling like you are stable in yourself, you don't want to go running headlong into a relationship. It's going to get messed up, especially if you really love that person and respect them, right? So they've got to get to the Emperor status. They're not in the Emperor status at the moment. It's about the King of Wands. Oh yeah, they've got the passion there, and the more you try and appeal to that passion with the Ace of Wands here, yeah, they're going to be tempted. They're going to be very tempted. But if they really do love and respect you and want this relationship to be good, they're going to hold themselves back from that. Undecided, right? So it seems like they're in indecision at the moment. They're not. They're not in an indecision at the moment. They are waiting until they're the Emperor. And you might think that they are already, but they know that they're not. We know when we're unstable. We do. And they're unstable at the moment. They've had a lot going on and they're unstable at the moment. So it is what it is. They're healing themselves right now to find that stability. You're picking up on it right when you pull yourself back. And even though you want to do this Ace of Wands, you can't. You're not managing it and you can't do it. And there's even a part of you that's being held back from that, right? It's not you being the Queen of Swords. It's you responding to the energies correctly. So what are your fears? Shells, what are your fears? Queen of Wands. Taking action. So you're very attractive, right? And I think that you're using this, aren't you? You're using your feminine wiles and your attractiveness, trying to bring them in. Perhaps you're worried that perhaps this is a fear because perhaps you're thinking they're not that attracted to you. They are. They're showing up as the King of Wands. We've got a pair here on the table, by the way. King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. It's not that they don't want to take action. And it's not that they're undecided either. They've just got to get that stability. We're not always ready. We're not always all ready for a relationship. Just like that game. If you're feeling dizzy, you're not ready to start running a race. Ace of Cups. Falling in love. Why is that a fear? Well, that's your hope. That's your hope, to fall in love. You're ready for it, aren't you? That deeper, richer emotional experience. Yeah. Yeah, you want to be in relationship. I get it. You do. Any more wishes? Wishes? 5 of Cups. Something about letting go here. Something about letting go of past disappointments. So let's catch up on this again. You feel like you are pushing them away when you want to be flirty with them to draw them in. When you get around them, you don't do or say what you've been imagining that you would, or what you hoped you would, and your subconscious mind is saying to you, you will lose too much. In doing this, you're single and independent, you got your shit together, they are not an energetic match to that. Not that they won't always be, but they're not right now. So you pull back from that and then you blame yourself and you think, oh, I'm procrastinating or I'm blocking it or whatever, what's wrong with me? You're hoping to release past losses. So you're probably telling yourself too that you might be holding yourself back from the past, and I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that that's true. So you might be reaching back in the past going, well, what haven't I let go of yet? Like, what am I still holding on to? But I'm not getting that. I'm getting that it's this correct, single, independent mismatch of energy, subconscious mind, pulling you back and not allowing you to say that or do that thing until your person is ready. Or is your higher self like pulling you back, putting your higher self puts its hand over your mouth. Don't say it. You're not ready. Don't mess this up. So let's get your outcome cards out. I'm going to reveal these outcome cards in the deeper dive read. So if you find that this is your story, could be your story, you might want to get that. I'm going to get quite a few of these outcome cards out to give you a progression. Interesting first card coming out with what's going on here. I'm guessing that this is about your person then, these outcome cards and their progression forward. Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. 1, 2. I'll also be getting timing cards for you out as well for this progression. Wow. And I'll be getting all of those love cards out for some advice and more information for you. And I'll be getting message cards out from your person as well, what they want to say to you at the moment. Okay. And then what? And then what? You've got 4 out at the moment. 5. Oh, that's good. Okay, we'll leave it at 5. Okay. That tells a good story there, but it's got quite a shock in there too. So if you want to find out what those are, along with the rest of it as well, you might want to get that deeper dive. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you won't receive the email. Now, that email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that shell on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, then just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there, leave a comment, and click on that subscribe button with that notification bell as well to hear more from me. And good luck if this is where you're leaving me. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly.